Hi everyone, so here's my son. He'll be 3 in a little while on January 3rd. So his hair was washed a couple days ago. After I washed it, I put in a leave-in conditioner and some oil. Then he had a trip to Nana's house. So here are my supplies. I have a rat tail comb, a Denman brush or a knockoff Denman brush. That is some Shea Moisture Hold Spray, some jam, and I think that may be it. Oh, nope. I also have the Goddess Strength Oil, which I actually ordered the whole collection. So I'm trying to see how that is, and I'll do a video on that too. So that's his hair. He has, I would want to say, a 4C hair texture. It is very tightly coiled. So first I'm going to wet his hair with the Shine and Hold spray just to add some moisture back in and make it a little bit easier for me to detangle. So his hair is already washed. I did nothing specific to stretch it, literally just washed it. Like I said, with shampoo and conditioner, added the leave-in conditioner and some oil and detangled it. And then it's been a couple days and here I am getting ready to braid it. So watch me detangle. So here I am now using the pointy part of the comb, the metal part, to start with a center part. Every time I braid his hair, I always start with a center part right down the middle. Since he is only 2, I usually like to sit him in his high chair and put on something that he wants to watch. Today he chose to watch Paw Patrol, and he was eating breakfast. I normally make sure he has a snack, something to drink. You know, that gives him a little bit more incentive. So here are some clips. These are just plastic clips. You can use metal clips, whatever you have. You just need something so that you can separate the hair. So right now, like I said, I made my part down the middle to make 2 sections. And then I am going to take my comb and part on that side. So I'm going to cut this part out the video because I realize you can't see it. I'm just parting, making my first part on the, I don't know, whatever side it is of his head. Okay, so the one side is completely finished. So now I'm going to start with the other side. So I'm making one part. I'm going to put a single braid going around the perimeter of his hair. So as you can see, he has the sides of his hair cut and just hair at the top. He does need a haircut. My husband cuts his hair. It just hasn't gotten to it yet, but he needs to have his hair neater than what it was. So I'm just taking my plastic clips. He does have very dry scalp, so I try and make sure I oil as I go. I think I'm going to go back to the old-fashioned way of using hair grease because the oil does not work for his hair. I don't know, maybe it's not thick enough. So I think I'm going to go buy some grease, some Blue Magic, or if anybody has a suggestion on a good hair grease for dry scalp, go ahead and leave it below. As a kid, as a little girl getting my hair done, we use grease. I've switched over and I only use oil for my hair, but I think I'm going to go back and use grease for his hair and see how that works on his scalp. So here I am braiding. Don't mind my appearance. It's early in the morning. I was trying to hurry up and get his hair done before my 3-month-old woke up. Okay, so that single braid is done. Okay, so now that that single braid is done, I am working on the, not sure what you call them, the figure 8 braid, the chain braid. So with the remaining section, I split that again in 2. I make 2 tiny braids at the top, which I'm going to show you now. If it gets to it. Okay, so you can see I have the 2 braids that are at the top, and then I'm making another part all the way down to the back, and then I will overlap. So one braid at the top will go to the other side, and the other braid will cross over and go to the other side. It's very simple. I think next time I try it, I'm going to try and do more crossovers. Really, it's him Really, it's him being able to sit still that kind of limits what I can do. Okay, so when it speeds back up, so here I am just clipping the section away. So I did my 2 little braids at the front. Now I'm going to work on crossing the braid that is on the left over to the part that is on the right. Yep, so cross that one over and just braid it in and braid it back. Just adding a little bit more jam to the part to keep everything nice and neat, and again a little bit more oil. Anyone else's kid does that. I'm trying to put the least amount of pressure I can on his head, and he will lean his neck all the way back. And it's funny because as a kid, I would get, the hit on the forehead with the back of the brush or the comb, and my mom would be yelling at me to hold your neck straight, hold your neck straight. And now I see the frustration. There's times where I completely let his head go, and it's still leaning back. So just that tidbit. So now I'm done with the one crossover, crossing over from the left to the right. Now I'm doing the same thing with the other side, adding some jam to the hair to keep it neat. Then now I'm going to cross over from the right to the left and make that crossover. So here's a clip from the top of what it looks like. So I have my part going down the middle of the section, and that'll make one braid on the left and one braid on the right. And so here it is, all done. I'm just adding some jam and some oil to the sides of his hair. I believe I said earlier he does need a haircut, but for now, I'm just going to add this on and take a brush. Now this brush isn't really a hard brush, it's a softer brush. And go ahead and brush it down. Now I am going to put on a wave cap, do-rag, whatever you want to call it, onto his hair. He wears this during his naps as well as at night, sometimes during the day, because he can be, he's a boy, so he flips and does everything else. Not even just a boy, he's a toddler. This is an adult size one. He does have toddler ones that I found on Amazon, which are actually a great buy because they have lasted me. I bought a pack of 2. If I can find the link, I'll put that below. But I think I've had that pack of 2 for at least a year, if not 2. So definitely was worth it, and he wears them every night. In the shower, I bought him the reusable shower caps, and he wears a shower cap on his head. He's 2, so the style lasts. This will last about a week, and then I'll refresh it. I'll take the ones out that are fuzzy. I'll add some more jam to it, some more oil to it, and he'll be on his merry way. All right, so we'll see you next time with another style.